Players of the Week for this week prior to our guests joining us. So we will start with the SGU MVP of the week, and it coming from the Larange Ice Wolves, who won all 4 of their games, led by 20-year-old Trenton Curtis. 4 goals, 3 assists. I mean, Rory, maybe just speak to his performance this week. And obviously, he's been a great addition for the Larange Ice Wolves when they acquired him at the end of September.
Well, I do like how he won out of the week coming where we interviewed Kevin Kaminsky, because we talked like, well, do you think maybe Walker Jerome and Ethan Strick and Riley Morgan are maybe underrated up north, right? They're not getting the credit. First guy he says, well, you got to throw Trenton Curtis into the mix, right? So he picks up a hat trick in the first game, seals it up with another goal, as you mentioned, 4 goals. Was he maybe in a system that didn't showcase exactly how much offensive talent he had in Melfort? Maybe. Comes into Larange, a little more high octane, a little more in your face, right? Yeah. And I think he's blossoming because of it. But he's just another piece down the middle. You see him on playing defensive zone draws too, offensive zone important times. Kaminsky throws him out there in those moments, and he's going to be a big piece, but a big family week for him.
10 goals, 10 assists in 17 games with the Larange Ice Wolves since joining him. He's been outstanding for them. Moving on, Jamie, to the SaskTel goalie of the week, sticking with the Larange Ice Wolves, Topher Chirico. 2 wins, the goals against average of 1, a .974 save percentage. You can't ask for much better goaltending than that.
Yeah, well, I mentioned it in our recap there, Jeremy. 2 goals against or less in 5 of his last 6 games. All the wins. So if you only give up 2 goals in a game as a goalie, you are really giving your team a chance to win. And the Ice Wolves are winning, right? He beat Kindersley and Larange. He does his job. He makes the save when you need him to, just kind of the same as Dawson Smith. And, they're very, very happy. I asked Kyle Schneider, the assistant coach there for Larange, where they got him from. And he said, another one of Kevin Kaminsky's connections down in the States. They're everywhere. He's got eyes everywhere. And that's where Larange is getting their players from. And Topher's another one.
Yep, and congratulations to Topher. Moving on to the Direct West Rookie of the Week. This one coming from the Flin Flon Bombers, Liam Bridger, who had a goal and 3 assists this past week. All of them coming, Rory, in a big win on Thursday, an 8-3 victory over the Yorkton Terriers.
It seems that the rookies in Flin Flon take a little bit of time to shine, right?
Yep.
We saw it with Jaden Mercier, right? Maybe just held under the radar when he's playing with teams like Donovan Houle-Villeneuve, right? And Alec Malo and Cole Refuse, and then really takes that jump. So Liam Bridger, right? Under the radar type of rookie who we haven't talked too much about because of the talent that Flin Flon has. Yep. Then he goes out and has a week like this, and now you're scouting the Flin Flon Bombers, and you're like, well, there's another piece we got to circle, right? Like, you can't let that line get unnoticed because then they're going to take advantage, and that's what they'll do to you. Like Mike Reagan, like Kevin Kaminsky always finds these players, right, from wherever. Their scouting staff scours the market, and I just think Bridger's another player that wasn't talked about enough because of the other players on Flin Flon. And now he's getting a little more ice time, a little more comfortability, and putting up the points in turn.
And I love those Newfoundland kids. Like, they come in. Anytime they come in, they seem to be awesome kids too. And one thing I'll say about Liam Bridger, I know we're short on time, all of his goals really had come on the power play really before this one. This one was a 5-on-5 one against Yorkton, so I'm sure Mike Reagan is happy to see him contribute a little bit more 5-on-5 as well, even though we know how insane that Flin Flon power play has been this year.
Yeah, 7 goals, 5 assists on the season. He is 7th in rookie scoring, and to add to that, we've seen so many great rookie performances this year as well. Finally, the defenseman of the week, we are going to go to the Nipawin Hawks, Nugsy and Xander Stewart, a goal and 2 assists in 2 games played. He's almost a point per game as a defenseman this year. Overall, great season so far for Xander.
Yeah, great opportunity in Tad Cozen's system to be offensive. He can jump in. He's a 6'3" guy. He's mobile in that little rink in Centennial Arena. Tad Cozen doesn't have any training wheels on him, so he can be part of the rush. And yeah, as I said, it's perfect for him. And another one of those kids from the Pursuit of Excellence program there in Kelowna in the CSSHL. So many great players out of that system, and a lot of guys in the SJHL as well. And Xander's just another one. So kudos to him. I think he's been really, really consistent all year for Nipawin, and big time kudos to him.
Yeah, he had the opposite of the Cy Young stat going for quite some time.
Did.
Right? Throughout this year, I think he had 11 or 12 assists.
Yeah, he did.
A goal. He's picked up a couple goals now recently. 4-game point streak for Stewart. We know that Nipawin allows the most goals per game in the SJHL. So they've been having to outscore a little bit of their defensive issues to pick up points. If they can figure out a way to, minimize that by a half a goal a game, right? Which is a huge amount, right?
Yep.
Half a goal a game, they're gonna be a team to be reckoned with because there's no problem scoring, right?
Yeah.
It's just
Well, they put up a big number on Larange.
Yeah.
Who puts up a big number on Larange?
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody. They put up one.
Yeah.
So they got weapons.
And they're right in the mix for a playoff spot, to say the least. So in recap of the players of the week, SGU MVP of the week, Trenton Curtis of the Larange Ice Wolves. SASTEL goalie of the week, Topher Churiko of the Larange Ice Wolves as well. Direct West rookie of the week, Liam Bridger of the Flin Flon Bombers. And of course, defenseman of the week going to Xander Stewart of the Nipawin Hawks.